This just broke at prisonplanet.com and INFOWARS.com. Former head of DARPA wants you to swallow ID microchips. About 2 years ago, we carried several news articles where these companies were coming out with ID chips by law, is what they're lobbying for, to be in all the pills, because especially if it's a narcotic, we've got to track that you're carrying it, what you're doing. The new G4-enabled cars have to give you tickets. RFID is to surveil the living daylights out of you. Or the cops will claim, I had a scan that you were carrying, you know, a bunch of Percocet or whatever. I love how they push all this stuff on people and then use it to put you in jail. Google executive also pushes e-tattoo that reads your mind. This is the bizarro info from the globalist. I mean, it's like the power of the gods, the fire of the gods being given to psychopaths. All this stuff that could totally empower humanity is being given the worst, most oppressive systems out of the gates. So that story is up on INFOWARS.com and prisonplanet.com. There's more articles out today. One in AP about a $2 billion fine that J.P. Morgan Chase is going to pay for trillions of scams. So can I go rob a bank of $1 million and pay the cops a tip of, you know, 1,000? I mean, it's just, that's how the justice system works. They've announced the FBI is going to do nothing, basically, in white-collar crime. They're only going to target people politically for made-up stuff. So, I mean, you call the FBI, millions could be getting stolen. They won't help you. Nothing's going to help you anymore. It's just, you better use your wits, and you better stand up to people, and soon you're going to have to get justice yourself. But that's the greatest crime in England. If you fight back against an attacker, you're going to prison. Because, and that's the same thing here with the social engineers. Never fight back against a bully. Never stand up. Being a man, being honorable, stands against the criminals. But how is our nation, how is the elite itself? You know, it's come out that Google, Microsoft, all the big globalist groups, cybersecurity tried to take them over last year. That's in Wired magazine. Because they were always part of the same group. But once you create a centralized system, it's not about production anymore. It's about controlling that centralized system, and then you control it all. And it creates a very, very nightmare-type scenario. It is totally unfulfilling. I mean, here's an example. Everybody knows you spoil your kids, give them everything they want, let them boss you around, they'll turn into monsters. You make them work hard, you make them do their chores, you discipline them, you make them exercise, they're good children. And I myself, I got good kids, but they're somewhat spoiled, and I've learned to crack down on them, and they're happier, better people. And the government is just completely spoiled out of control. These corporations are completely spoiled out of control, and they're mentally ill, believing we poison the water and we geoengineer because we're God, and all of our resources down here on the ground builds the cogs to run this alternate breakaway civilization and government where these people can do whatever they want and play God and enjoy the fruits of human intellect and human development. These globalists all have horrible families. They're totally unhappy on average. They have high suicide rates. If you're a globalist New World Order minion, you're unhappy because you're not following the true human code of fulfilling our destiny, of being honorable, of being good, of trying to build a better world. And you've used your intelligence to engage in fraud and engage in deceit, and you're creating a political vortex, a political black hole that we know have destroyed civilizations, empires, and billions of people in the last 6,000 years. Governments killed 200+ million last century alone. I'm rounding down from 262 million non-military deaths. And now with all the super technology, super science, it's literally science fiction, Hanna-Barbera type stuff, we'll be lucky if we don't destroy ourselves in the near future. Visit INFOWARS.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.